This is Damon Stevens. Finwell Bullish. Today is Tuesday, October 11th, 2022, in the stock market update for trades of the day. So, what a day it was. Hopefully, you were able to catch the upside and downside of the market. It continues to range up and down, giving you opportunities every day. So, hope you're taking advantage of that. Hopefully, you had a great day of trading. Let's get into it and take a look at what's going on and what we can plan for the next day, especially. Thursday we have CPI data coming out. We have a little bit of data coming out tomorrow. The CPI will probably be, the most critical part of it. And it's going to be interesting to see because we're edging on the lows, making new lows in the market, but we've not had that huge fall off that we're expecting. We just need the catalyst for it, I think, and that's going to happen. So is the market just kind of hovering down here at the bottom, waiting for Thursday? We'll see, but be careful out there either way, whether it skyrockets or falls through the floor. You want to be ready for both. All right, let's take a look at some charts here. If you look at the Dow Jones, it closed up 0.12%. Nasdaq down 1.1%, and S&P 500 down 0.65%. You can see here this, open up here flat, nice little rocket ride up to the top, and flattened out, and then pulled back real quick. And what news kind of drove this drop here? I was trying to find it. And I don't think I saw anything that I thought was clear. I mean, they talked about England and all the issues there, but I don't know. We'll see what the news has to say about why this dropped off. But you can see Nasdaq, same thing. We had a little drop off in the morning, nice rally up, flattened out, consolidated for a while, and then a drop down, and then kind of a bounce at the end of the day. And the same with the SPY. Looking at the chart, you can see our FANG stocks, techs are going down. Techs usually go down first. As you're looking for a bottom in the market, usually you'll see tech, hit that bottom first. You can see energy was down as well. Healthcare, consumer kind of did the best today. Looking at the scanner, nothing that we traded today on the scanner. But we'll continue to watch that for opportunities. Usually when the Russell 2000 or IWM is rocketing, that's usually where you see your best opportunity. Let's take a look at some charts here. Now, looking at the mini futures, this is live e-minis running 24 by 6. So it's a good way to just kind of see what the market's doing and where it's headed. And you can see here, we continue down this slope here below the 200, the 50, and the 20-day moving averages. And we had a little bit of this spike. Here's a little spike from this morning. Didn't quite make it up to this, up to this level here. It came in and just kind of spiked down and pulled right back down again. So we're hovering right here at the bottoms. Let me put you on a different chart here. I thought I had a little 15 minutes. Let's take this down at 15 minutes. So you can see here right now, we're just kind of chopping right here at the bottom. So, where do we open up tomorrow? Hard to say. All I would say is right now, if we stay below the 200 moving average and the 100 and the 50, it's more likely we're going to have more downside here. So we'll have to just see what kind of news we get overnight. But be prepared, that we are trending down at this point. Looking at a comparison of charts, this is E-mini futures monthly chart. 2007, 2008, and you can see right here is kind of where we kind of bounced up and then fell through the floor and just kind of continued to drop down the 50 and the 100 and 200. We just kind of kept falling through here. And here's today, so 2021 to 2022, you see this same drop here down this level, pulled up, tagged it again, and now we're just kind of like, we have this big, candle here. And the wicks pointing up, so more likely it looks like we're pointing down here. So we're at that 3600 level, and so it's really a matter of breaking and holding about that 3600 level, which could give us a leg down towards 3400 or even 3200. We got a line down here, which is this last little breakout area. So it's more likely that we're going to come down and visit that area at this point, unless something changes in the marketplace, which I don't see any catalyst or news that's going to change it otherwise right now. So again, Feds are still being tough. They said they're going to continue to jack up interest rates until things are under control, and they're ignoring other signs out there right now, it looks like. So just something to be aware of. Also, we have more people short in the market now than ever before, at least institutions. You see here since 2000, we've never had anything close to what we have now. So everybody's expecting this market come a lot further down. And if you look at the seasonal pattern since 1946, this is not telling you what's going to happen. This is just telling you what's happened in the past. The trend has been, a rise up through middle October, which is this week, and then a fall off, and then a rally up towards the end of the year. So does that happen again this year? Hard to say, but midterm election years, that's what's typical, and that's what we should just be prepared for. On the news for tomorrow, then, so we have producer price index. Not as critical, but that could swing a little bit. But FOMC minutes at 2 o'clock definitely will start setting a tone for Thursday. We could get a little bit of a rally or drop off at this point tomorrow, and then Thursday really is going to be where it's going to hit hard. So be prepared for a lot of volatility and some major swings coming into Wednesday, Thursday this week. If you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe to our videos and like them. And hopefully this will bring information, good information to you. Also provides opportunities for you for training, additional education, and a community to join. And we have a link here. If you go to finwealthlive.com, we have a free non-Discord chat and watch list where we post our list before the market opens, so that you have something to look at if you're looking for ideas. Or something you want to compare against, you can take a look at that. So definitely join there. And if you want to become a full member, here's the dashboard. You'll have access to live training courses, including a masterclass and several techniques that are taught in that courseware that covers different techniques of trading, especially if you're new to trading and you're trying to figure out what kind of trader you want to be. And then group training and one-on-ones. So definitely take advantage of that. We'd love to have you join us and participate with us. So actually, we talked about energy falling off, and we did yesterday, and we had a continuation today. We're actually sandwiched right between the 50 and the 100 moving averages. So definitely weak on the energy right now, but you can see we've kind of expected. We've had those pullbacks. This is just the next pullback in the timing wise. So what can we expect? Well, if we break this 100, more likely we're going to come down and visit these 54 areas, 55 areas that we did before. You see that's provided support several times. So we'd hope that would provide support again as it comes down here. If we can hold here, right back above the 20 and the 50, then we obviously can start to run back up towards 69, 70 area. On First Solar, third day now below the 20-day moving average. Talked about this. If this breaks through our support line here, probably take it off the list. So it's holding there. It's more like creating more like a bear flag, like it wants to fall through, but it hasn't yet. First Solar has been really strong, but consolidating for a long time. So not a lot of action unless you're playing, the ranges here up and down as it's moving. So we'll keep an eye on that, again, until it drops through, if it does. Netflix has been ranging as well for a long time, for weeks. And, it's come back down here, and it's right down here at the end. And again, we talked about this. If it breaks our support line here, now we're coming back into this range that we had before. This was back in April to July. So we're able to break out of that, but not hold it. We're pretty close to breaking out. If we don't have a bounce tomorrow, very likely we could see this drop back down into the lower range. Tesla, talked about this move, this double top, and that was the move from the center to these tops, and we moved that line down here to see how far we should go. And it looks like today we are just about there. We kind of tagged it. So we came right down in, we closed that area. This was kind of a zona created because this is the lows. So if we break this line now under 216, 215, we very well come down and hit this 206, 207 area and hopefully get a bounce. If not, if we break through this, then, obviously 197 would be the next on the list. So here's Tesla on a 1 hour, just so you can see kind of what was going on and how we measured that. But you can see it just continually weakens and continues to sell off. So not a lot of confidence in Tesla getting a bounce right now, unless some the Feds say drive that. Looking at Apple here on a daily chart, you can see it's been in this wedge, downward sloping wedge. And we have this upper sloping off of our pivots, this wedge here. And so we're right on that list. We've been on there for 2 days. We had a little bounce, pulled back. We're down there again for a couple of days. So looking for a bounce off of here. But again, like, we talked about, things are weak in the market. It's been kind of grinding lower. So very well could expect that we could continue to see new lows on Apple as well. And Nvidia continues to provide new lows. And so does Microsoft, but we haven't covered that one yet. But Nvidia, you can see here, looking for really, if it falls between, below 113, we're looking for, it to hopefully find a bounce around 110, maybe 105. If we can get above, back up this candle, then, 121 would be kind of the breakout there, but we're actually below the candle, which is usually more bearish. So here's Microsoft talked about this new lows right here, right coming down on this little deviation band channel. So we're on this lower channel. So hopefully we can get a bounce here. If not, we could be coming down to this third level on the deviation band. Really hopefully to find support right there. A 10-year yield, flat right here towards the tops. And as long as this is elevated, money's flowing into bonds and not into the market, into stocks. On the 2-year yield, you can see we're almost range bounding now on 2-year yield. So looks like we might be stuck here for a while. Pretty much between, this 4.0 and 4.35. And so look for, possibly range bound there unless we get some type of catalyst to break us out. Dollar headed up towards, slowly grinding back up towards the highs. So we very well could expect that we're going to hit that high again, unless we have some type of pullback news from the Feds. Gold, obviously when the dollar's up, gold's down, and gold's back down here and it's kind of hovering. It's trying to make some progress, but with heavier, having more money flowing into the dollar, this is gonna continue to be weak. VIX spiked up here towards this 34 area. We told you 35 is the danger zone. That's this line we have up here. So get above 35, definitely look for downside. But right now the VIX is elevating, which is going to be driving the market down to new lows. SPY on 1 hour and see how we measured, the distance here for this double top. And we went, we've gone through there and beyond. So it's not going to help us here right now to figure out, potential direction because it's already, a lot lower. And on SPY on a daily chart, you can see here again, we're right here at the lows. This could, double bottom. We could get a little tiny rally. But if we don't, look for, a fall through here. So I think tomorrow, afternoon or Thursday is going to be our catalyst to move the market. Weekly, down here below the 200, all the moving averages. Again, looking for more downside, possibly to 343.50. Triple Qs on 1 hour. You see here, we're going to put a 1 hour just so you can see the kind of the volatility action here from the bottom to the top and back to the bottom. And then kind of, rising a little bit here at the end of the day. On a daily chart here, here's your long wick here. So definitely seeing, continued negativity on the downside moment on triple Qs. Here was the low 268.28. We're at new lows. The deviation bands here is going to take us down to 248. So that's a very likely possibility for another destination here is 248. So we'll see what happens. But right now, triple Qs looking pretty weak. Triple Qs on a weekly basis, again, below moving averages, kind of in this little zone here. Support should be down here around 253. So looking for a bounce at some point with the triple Qs. IWM Russell 2000, well below this upward trend line. So we're heading towards new lows possibly. So, we obviously bounced right off this 165 level. We'll see if that holds. If not, we could be coming down here and retesting those lows. And financials, you can see just kind of this nice grind downward. And so, it continues to come down. We should have support around this $30 level, 30.20 area. You can see that's been a large major support area. Hopefully get a bounce there. If not, we're going to go ahead and make sure we're planning for new lows here towards the lower bands of our deviation band, which you can see here, kind of tagged it here, which would put us really come down around this 2850 level. So just something to keep an eye on. And Bitcoin continues to pull down here. We saw it, kind of hit this peak here, kind of pull down, trying to work its way back up and fell again. So Bitcoin continues to be weak. Ethereum weak as well. We're coming right into this wedge. So it's got to either make a decision to drop down or go up. So just something we're keeping an eye on Ethereum right now. Just hovering towards more of that $1,200 level. That's our stocks, our cryptos. I'd love to have you join us again. Free non-member chat and daily watch list on the link on our website, finwealthlive.com. Meantime, stay safe out there. Watch those Fed meetings minutes tomorrow afternoon and Thursday. Those will be critical for setting direction and tone for the market. And we'll talk tomorrow night, see how your trades went, and plan out our next day. Everybody have a great night. Take care.